Right now, we're revealing 10 vehicle-related frauds still trapping countless automobile owners. Here we go. Trick number 1, the fabricated technician diagnosis. You bring your automobile in with problems and technicians tell you something seriously wrong. They'll name components, gearbox, power plant sensor, catalytic converter, and quote restorations costing hundreds or even thousands. You panic, you pay, and then a week later identical problems pop up. Here's how it works. Some facilities exaggerate minor issues or misdiagnose purposely. Others create problems that don't exist whatsoever. A loose wire, a contaminated connector, or even just pending codes get blown up into catastrophic failures. You're shown charts, codes, or readings that look impressive but are meaningless without context. And once you hand over funds, fraudsters move on to next customers. How to protect yourself? Always ask for clear explanations, evaluation drives, and evidence. Live information before and after scanning, anything proving fixes were necessary. Get secondary opinions if you're unsure. Genuine technicians will diagnose and fix, not scare and charge. And remember, this fraud isn't just about funds, it's about trust. Once it's broken, you'll never look at technicians identically again. Trick number 2, the distance meter rollback. Someone takes perfectly functional vehicles and rolls back distance meters to make it look like they have fewer miles than reality. Suddenly, a 10-year-old automobile looks like it's only done 5, sounds tempting, correct? But what they're really selling is ticking time bombs. Lower miles make automobiles seem worth more, but all wear and tear is still there. Power plant, gearbox, suspension, stopping mechanisms. Everything ages with duration, not just mileage. And detecting it isn't always simple. You can check service records, inspect wear on pedals, seating and steering wheels, and even pull vehicle history reports. Look for inconsistencies between physical condition and numbers on distance meters. It's illegal, yes, but that doesn't stop criminals from doing it. Representatives and private sellers alike have used this fraud to rake in thousands over actual value. Always be skeptical when miles look excessively perfect. Trick number 3, the extended coverage trap. It starts with friendly phone calls, flashy letters in your mailbox, or representative recommendations right after you purchase your automobile. They tell you your factory coverage is approaching expiration and that you require extended ones or you'll be responsible for thousands in restorations. Sounds smart, correct? Peace of mind, full coverage, zero surprise bills. Except most of these extended coverages are barely worth documentation they're printed on. Here's how the fraud works. They use fear strategies, words like urgent, final notice, and coverage expiring soon to push you into purchasing immediately. The sales representative will claim your coverage covers everything, but once you actually read the fine print, it doesn't cover much whatsoever. Power plant failure excluded due to wear and tear. Gearbox issue, pre-existing condition. Electrical failure not listed under covered components. By the time you need to use it, they'll find any excuse denying your claim. And even some authorized dealerships aren't innocent. They make substantial commissions on selling third-party coverage plans that sound official but leave you stranded when it matters. Therefore, how do you avoid it? If you really want extended coverage, purchase it directly from your automobile's manufacturer, not from random callers or independent agents. Read fine print, look for phrases like exclusionary coverage or named components only. Those tell you exactly what's not covered. Never decide on the spot. Fraudsters rely on panic and pressure to get your credit card numbers. Trick number 4, the submersion automobile cover-up. After hurricanes or major submersions, thousands of automobiles are submerged, often declared total losses. But instead of being scrapped, many are secretly revived by fraudsters. They purchase these submersion-destroyed vehicles inexpensively, detail them to perfection, and flip them to unsuspecting purchasers. Everything gets cleaned: floor coverings, seating, power plant compartments, even odors. A little atmosphere freshener and shiny wax coats can mask the worst destruction. Some even re-register automobiles in alternative states to erase submersion or salvage titles through processes called title washing. But water leaves trails. It seeps into wiring, sensors, and computers, corroding metal from inside. Weeks later, electrical systems start failing one by one. You'll notice flickering illumination, random warning messages, and strange gearbox behavior. If a previously owned automobile smells musty or excessively fresh, or you see corrosion on seating fasteners, floor covering edges, or under instrumentation, depart immediately. Trick number 5, the new power source lie. The power source is one component of your automobile you should never get defrauded about. When it's genuinely expired, you don't need anyone convincing you. You'll feel it approaching. You'll see it coming, slow cranking, dim headlights, clicking sounds before starting. Sometimes your instrumentation illumination flickers like it's haunted. Those are your warnings, your power source telling you it's on borrowed duration. A genuine automobile power source, especially if it came with your vehicle, should last you 5 through 7 years with normal operation. But fraudsters love telling you yours is weak or almost gone just to sell you replacements. Here's the fraud. They'll connect your automobile to evaluation equipment and claim it's failing under load, or they'll dim facility illumination, connect voltmeters, and act shocked when readings dip slightly. In reality, power sources can show low voltage temporarily, especially if you've been idling or haven't driven recently. That doesn't mean it's defective. Some dishonest previously owned automobile sellers also pull the opposite strategy. They'll swap in inexpensive temporary power sources just to get the automobile started for evaluation drives, then replace it with weak ones before delivery. Therefore, how do you protect yourself? Use multimeters, check voltage yourself. A healthy power source should read around 12.6 volts. Inspect date codes on power sources. If it's less than 3 years old, it's probably still satisfactory. Evaluate at trusted automobile component retailers. Most do it complimentary and don't profit from selling you power sources you don't require. If your automobile starts strong, cranks normally, and your illumination isn't dimming, don't fall for the new power source lie. Trick number 6, the fuel delivery cleaning fraud. You'll hear it at authorized dealerships, quick lubrication facilities, even some restoration facilities. They'll tell you your injectors are contaminated, your fuel economy is declining, or your automobile is losing power. Then they recommend $150 to $250 professional cleaning services. But here's the revelation: frequently, your fuel delivery doesn't require it whatsoever. Contemporary gasoline already contains detergents maintaining injector and valve cleanliness. Top-tier fuels, those from major brands, do the job every fill-up. Unless you've been operating cheapest no-name fuel for years, there's usually zero buildup worth concerning. But these facilities use scare strategies, saying carbon's accumulating and could destroy your power plant. Total nonsense. If your automobile genuinely needs cleaning, it'll show symptoms: rough idling, misfires, or poor acceleration. In that case, technicians should diagnose it properly, not sell you one-size-fits-all services. If they push it at every lubricant service, that's not maintenance, that's a sales script. Trick number 7, fabricated powertrain indicator resets. This crosses those transporting automobiles for restoration and individuals purchasing previously owned automobiles. A powertrain indicator is gold for fraudsters. They'll clear codes making automobiles appear repaired. They'll reset indicators before you retrieve automobiles, or they'll connect inexpensive scanners, interpret codes, replace inexpensive components, clear codes, and call it complete, even though genuine faults still hide. For restoration customers, the strategy is simple. They repair symptoms, not causes. They clear indicators and hand you bills. 2 days later, indicators return and you're right back in facilities. For previously owned automobile purchasers, sellers reset indicators before showing automobiles so they appear clean. Some even use code interpreters hiding intermittent faults. How to detect it? Request detailed restoration reports with stored freeze frame information and pending codes. Request full scanning showing historical codes, not just current ones. If facilities cleared indicators, reports will show recent indicator cleared events. For previously owned automobiles, get independent scanner verification or vehicle history reports plus professional pre-purchase inspections. Transport it for drives with hoods open if possible. Listen and watch instrumentation. Don't accept cleared indicators as restoration proof. Trick number 8, the previously owned automobile certified inspection fraud. This sounds official, even trustworthy. You walk onto facilities and observe shiny previously owned automobiles with large tags announcing certified pre-owned, 150-point inspections. You imagine trained technicians verifying every fastener, every wire, ensuring perfection. Reality though, many certified inspections aren't worth documentation they're printed on. Some representatives conduct honest inspections, but plenty merely check boxes. They'll glance at rubber, wipe down power plants, ensure starting, and call it certified. Zero compression evaluations, zero electrical scanning, zero genuine deep inspections. Everything's about utilizing that word certified to inflate pricing and make you trust transactions. You might even receive fancy folders with checklists appearing professional but meaning nothing. Always question who performed inspections, what actually received evaluation, and if manufacturer-trained technicians conducted them. And if they dodge questions, that certified automobile is just another previously owned automobile with stickers. Trick number 9, the attraction and substitution lubricant service. You've observed advertisements: complete lubricant service, $29.99. Sounds like excellent transactions, correct? Therefore, you arrive expecting quick, economical service. Then midway through, service consultants approach holding lists of urgent problems: synthetic upgrades, new atmosphere filters, motor cleanings, windshield blades, interior filters. Suddenly, your $29 lubricant service costs $150 or more. That's attraction and substitution in full execution. Low prices attract you through doors. Once inside, they substitute transactions, adding extras you didn't request, utilizing fear strategies, making you agree. Some even pour inexpensive bulk lubricant claiming premium quality. You think you're preserving funds, but they're recovering everything through upselling and unnecessary additions. Genuine facilities provide upfront transparency regarding inclusions, lubricant type, filter brand, and total pricing. If they can't provide that before starting jobs, depart immediately. Trick number 10, the yo-yo financing trap. This scheme preys on buyers who finance their vehicle purchase. You leave the lot holding keys, convinced everything's finalized. Several days pass, then the dealer phones you. Sorry, there's been a problem. Your loan wasn't approved after all. Come back immediately to sign different paperwork or return the vehicle. That's when you're stuck. Refuse their demands, they'll repossess your car. Accept their terms. You'll face higher interest rates, mysterious added fees, or unwanted extras bundled into your contract. The yo-yo name is perfect. They let you drive away, then yank you back, betting your excitement or desperation will force you to accept worse terms. This manipulates feelings, not facts. Dealers understand that once that car's been parked at your home, giving it up becomes nearly impossible emotionally. Countless buyers wind up spending hundreds, sometimes thousands more than what was originally agreed upon. How to stay safe? Refuse to sign any documents until your financing is completely confirmed in writing, with every detail matching exactly what was discussed initially. Demand your loan contract directly from the lending institution, never relying solely on what the dealership presents.